thing. I thought I'd bring it up while we're here. I went for a physical on Saturday. My wife said, "Oh, darling, that's wonderful," because I had some extra time. Because it looks like January could be a busy month if she's able to get the vote, which she should be able to. Woman's highly overrated. Woman is highly incompetent. And if she's able to get the vote, so maybe she'll get it by using USMCA, but I went for a physical, and I came back. My wife said, "Darling, are you okay? What's wrong?" "Oh, they're reporting you may have had a heart attack." I said, "Why did I have a heart attack?" "Because you went to Walter Reed Medical Center. That's where we go when we get the physicals." I said, "I was only there for a very short period of time." I went, did a very routine, just a piece of it, the rest of it takes place in January, did a very routine physical, visited the family, visited a couple of groups, but visited the family of a young soldier who was very badly injured, who was in the operating room. I toured the hospital for a little while. I was out of there very quickly. I got back home. And I get greeted with the news that we understand you had a heart attack. I was called by our people in public relations. "Sir, are you okay?" I said, "Okay from what?" "The word is you had a heart attack. CNN said you may have had a heart attack. You had massive chest pains. You went to the hospital." These people are sick. They're sick. And the press really in this country is dangerous. We don't have freedom of the press in this country. We have the opposite. We have a very corrupt media. And I hope they can get their act straightened out, because it's very, very bad and very, very dangerous for our country. Thank you very much. Go ahead, please. Thank you.
They're moving along. They've moved slowly, and not much too slowly for me. But they want to make the deal much more than I do. But the trade talks with China are moving along, I think, very nicely. If we make the deal that we want, it'll be a great deal. And if it's not a great deal, I won't make it. But the trade deal is moving along, and China wants to be there.
We're undoing the damage inflicted by decades of corrupt Democrat rule and creating a historic tide of new opportunity and prosperity. We've done more for African Americans in 3 years than the broken Washington establishment has done in more than 30 years. We've created 6.7 million new jobs since the election, a number that, if I would have said that to the fake news media back there, look at all those cameras. If I would have said that, if I would have said that during the campaign, I would have been excoriated. They would have gone wild. How dare he make 6.7 million new jobs? Think of that. Since the election. Last month, the African American unemployment rate reached the lowest level ever recorded in the history of our country. How do you lose that argument in a debate, right? The African-American youth unemployment, this was so important to me. You remember how high it was, 60, 70%? Has now reached the lowest number ever recorded in the history of our country, doing really well. The African-American poverty rate has reached an all-time historic low, lowest it's ever been. For the first time ever, most new hires of prime working age are minorities and women. First time that's ever happened. Wages are rising really fast, up 9% since the election, a number that was unthinkable. And they're rising fastest for low-income workers. Proportionately, they're rising the fastest for the low-income worker. Who would have thought this was going to happen? Almost 2.5 million Americans have been lifted out of poverty since my election, including 150,000 African-American children. The American military is the greatest fighting force without question. Today, it's stronger than it's ever been.
While many Democrat plans would eliminate Medicare Advantage, my administration is fighting to make it even better and much, much stronger.
We were supposed to be there for 30 days, and now we're getting out. Let someone else fight over this long, blood-stained sand.
American energy belongs to hardworking men and women like you who get up every day and make this country run.
My goal has been to give a voice to the voiceless and hear those who have been made to feel silent.
The United States brought the world's #1 terrorist leader to justice. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead.
We will keep America safe. We will keep America strong. And we will keep America proud so that our children and their children will forever and always be free.
The President of the United States of America has awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor to Sergeant Matthew O. Williams, United States Army. Sergeant Williams distinguished himself by acts of gallantry and intrepidity above and beyond the call of duty on April 6, 2008, while serving as a weapons sergeant, Special Forces Operational Detachment Alpha 336, Special Operations Task Force 33, in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Sergeant Williams' actions are in keeping with the finest traditions of military service and reflect great credit upon himself, Combined Joint Special Operations Task Force Afghanistan, Special Operations Command Central, and United States Army.
Hello, this is your president. The opioid and drug crisis has affected almost every family in our country. It's devastating, and we've made a lot of progress, a lot of tremendous progress. But we have Take Back Day. It's called Take Back. We want you to go out and collect all of those drugs and opioids and everything you have that you know what's good and you know what's bad, and bring it into a location near you. There are lists available everywhere. Get rid of them. We want to clean out the United States of all of this excess bad product that people can grab onto, they can do things with, and when they do things, that's not good. We want to celebrate our country, and one of the ways we're going to celebrate our country is Take Back Day. So go in, do the best you can, get rid of it. It's no good, not going to do you good, and certainly not going to do anybody else any good.
Other people can control the border of Syria, frankly, and Turkey. Let them. They've been fighting for 1,000 years. Let them do the border. We don't want to do that. We want to bring our soldiers home.